Hey, this is Tamatonga, Bullet Club original OG triple OG triple.
What's up? It's CVV, Chris Van Vliet, and you are listening to the Junkyard.
Welcome to our AEW Revolution 2021 predictions explosive spectacular. If you are new to the Junkyard, oh yeah, there's gonna be a lot of those on Sunday. If you are new to the Junkyard and you are joining us for the very first time, I am Spencer Cantor, also known as Number 11. Join the Dark Order. For everybody else that doesn't know who we are, Dennis, introduce them to yourself.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, it's time to peel yourself away from that couch after an amazing episode of Dynamite. Time to crawl out from underneath whatever rock you're living under and get with the program. My name is Dennis Day Jr., otherwise known as DDJ, the host of What Do You Say with DDJ that drops every Monday on audio as well as YouTube. It's part of the Pro Wrestling Junkies Pod Squad.
The cheapest of cheap pops.
Well, I got to keep giving the people what they want.
And that's what we do here on the Junkyard. We give the people what they want. And what the people want right now is I, Jovanni, Too Hotty, El Guapo, Too Hotty, here for all your listening needs, wants, and desires, because we are hot and you know it.
Oh, muy caliente. Before we get going here, we have Ray Martinez, Brenda Brown, Aaron Anyutaviati, and Tim Tobin joining us tonight. So in the comments, and a bunch more people watching. So thanks,
Tim
guys.
Tim the
Wolfman Tobin. So yeah,
Mr. Crypto in the house.
Exactly. So even before we get into this, I think we just got to touch on the one big match that was going to be on Revolution, and that was, the Cody and Red Velvet versus Shaq and Jade. I think we have to talk about that briefly, and then we'll get right into Revolution. Guys, we were, chatting about this live in one of our groups, and we were all saying, like, this was an amazing match. It was the perfect opener. It was exactly what it needed to be. Shaq looked great. Jade looked amazing. Red Velvet didn't look too bad herself. Cody, did whatever Cody needed to do until the end, until he actually did something. But, great match. I would have, liked it to be on Revolution. That wasn't the case, but I think for, the opening match of Dynamite, even just being on Dynamite, it was the best match on the card, I think. What were your thoughts on it, guys?
Let me start off real quick, DDJ, by rectifying a small issue that we had. Johnny Poda, Toronto's own, is here. What is up, Poda? Sorry about that, buddy. But DJ, take it away with the match.
Happy now, Johnny.
We love you, Johnny.
Much love.
All right, DDJ.
All right. So I didn't know what to expect. And actually something I kind of brought up, in one of our chats before this match, the show went on. I almost felt like this match really didn't get enough hype, at least in the world of pro wrestling. I think you guys mentioned that like on TNT, it was getting a lot of, love and stuff, but it just didn't feel like this match got as much hype as it should have for as big as it was. But you know what? Everybody involved in this match did amazing. Cody, obviously being the ring general here, held it down. Shaq looked great, worked like a great big man should. He didn't try to do anything fancy. He just did the big man stuff. And I'll tell you what, Cody.
Hold on, DDJ. You liked my stuff? You liked Shaq? Shaq did good, DDJ?
Yes, Shaq did good. I'll put it to you this way. That match was better than Kazam and Shaq Fu all rolled up into one. But
Kazam was good.
Yeah. Shaq looked good. I mean, that table bump was amazing. And I can't say enough. They accomplished the main mission, and that was to make Jade Cargill look like a star because she looked amazing.
Yes.
And the only issue I have with this match was something that happened after the match, was the whole thing when Tony Schiavone went to get some answers about Shaq's condition. He opened up the ambulance and Shaq was gone, and it was never mentioned again. That's the only problem I have with this.
I'm a ghost, DDJ. I'm a ghost. You can't stop Shaq. Shaq's tech. I'm a ghost. Shaq Fu.
Hey, real quick, Shaq. I got a question for you. Did you call on the powers of Kazam?
Yeah, I did. I said Shazam, and then I was transported. But DDJ, you can see me Sunday. You know what? I don't want to blow it, but Sunday.
Now, I'm going to be watching Revolution. I'm not going to be watching the NBA All-Star game. No offense.
Ooh.
All right. So I think that's enough talking to AEW. If you want to hear more of our thoughts, you can tune into the Junkyard, which drops every Tuesday on the Pro Wrestling Junkies Pod Squad audio and video. So check us out then. And then, of course, but we're going to be doing our predictions tonight. But after Revolution ends, we're going straight live in the group. We're going to be talking all the craziness. I'm going to be tired as hell, but I'm staying up for this one because it's going to be one to watch. So we will see you then.
Well, hey, real quick, Spencer. The perfect way to get anyone to sleep is to have them listen to your little Dark Order report. That'll get guaranteed to put anyone to sleep.
No, it doesn't put anybody to sleep. It is amazing. Check it out on the latest episode of the Junkyard. The Dark Order News Report. It's going to be a weekly thing because the Dark Order is the greatest faction of all time. Boom, done. Let's get into it. All right. All right. So we're going to silence. All right. We're going to get off with a match that was just announced tonight, and that is a match that will be happening on the buy-in. That match is Thunder Rosa and Riho versus Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, and Reba/Rebel. So it's going to be this tag team match on the buy-in. A lot of people were saying Britt Baker was going to win that women's eliminator tournament. It turned out to be Rizu Mikanami. She won tonight. Probably going to butcher that. I'm sorry. But
probably you already did.
You already did it, brother. It's the joy of being live. Let's go.
Ooh, let's go. But yeah, so this match is going to be on the buy-in. Dennis, we'll start with you. Who do you think is going to go over in this match?
Well, correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't I hear something along the lines they're saying Reba was still injured and that Britt was probably going to pick her own partner?
Yes.
Okay.
She has the ability to pick her own partner if Reba's still injured.
Okay. I'm anxious to see if who she picks, if that's the case and stuff, but I'm just gonna. I mean, obviously, this was just announced or anything. So there's a little bit of a history, between Britt and Thunder Rosa. So that'll be nice to kind of get revisited and stuff. So, and I know the last time they locked up, Britt got the win. So you know what? I'm gonna go with Thunder Rosa and Riho to take the win here.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Thunder Rosa and Riho as well. I feel like this is setting up to be a perfect face versus heel tag team. If Reba does get replaced. Maybe we're looking at Nia Rose filling in because Nia has a little bit of beef with Riho and Thunder Rosa. So I'm excited to see where they go, but I'm definitely not going to see Thunder Rosa take another loss this soon.
Yeah, I think we're going to have our first agreement of the night. I'm going to go with Thunder Rosa and Riho, even though I'm totally on the Britt Baker bandwagon. Whoever her partner is can take that loss, and Britt can still look strong.
Yes.
So Thunder Rosa and Riho are getting the win as confirmed by all three members of the Junkyard. All right, let's get into the main card. And it was announced this will be the opening match on the card. And that is Miro and Kip Sabian versus Orange Cassidy and Chuck Taylor. Jovanni, we'll start with you on this one. Which one of these two tag teams is getting the win?
This is going to go to Orange Cassidy and Chuck Taylor with interference by one returning Trent, no last name. I think that the heels have a lot of good heat. They've been going over a little much in this feud, if you would. And I think the faces with the good return, we get probably Orange Cassidy to get the actual pin. But I think they're gonna go over with Trent No Name's last out.
Okay.
All right. First off, just shout out to our loyal viewer Ray Martinez. Thanks for the props on the scarf.
Always has to get himself over.
Yeah. But anyways, though, going to this match though, I'm also gonna go with Chuck Taylor and Orange Cassidy because Chuck Taylor's been put through a lot, when he was subjected to being Miro's butler and stuff. So, and I mean, I think he's going to get they're going to get their comeuppance and stuff. But I'm going to take it a little bit step further. I think we're going to see Chuck and Orange go over, and then I think we're going to see Miro just lose it and just waste Kip Sabian after the match and finally go out on his own.
Yes. I want to wheel that into existence.
All right, well, you can wheel it to existence, but you're going to have to wait a little bit longer for it because we are having our first disagreement of the night, gentlemen. Miro and Kip Sabian are going over. If you have been paying attention to this feud, we had the wedding. Kip and Penelope got married, but then Chuck Taylor and Orange Cassidy got the best of them. And, between the past 2 weeks, whatever, it's just been kind of like back and forth, just words and verbal. And of course, Miro had that great promo where he says he's going to be the monster again. Yes, I think that will happen eventually, but not this Sunday. Miro gets the win. He looks dominant as hell, and he destroys the hell out of Orange Cassidy and Chuck Taylor. And if Trent wants to make an appearance, it's game over. Miro and Kip Sabian win.
All right.
So that's what I got to say about that. All right, moving on to the next match I have in our lineup. We're going to move on to the Casino Tag Team Royale. So some of the team is announced right now. You got Bear Country, John Silver, Alex Reynolds, Evil Uno, Stu Grayson, Santana Ortiz, Butcher and the Blade, Private Party, Top Flight. I think they announced Pac and Phoenix, a lot of other teams, basically.
Yep.
So, DDJ, I want who's going to win, and I want a surprise team who hasn't been announced that might possibly be in there.
Well, who I think, and this will kind of play into when we talk about the tag team title match a little bit later, because in a past discussion we've had, I think we were all pretty much going to be in agreement on this one and stuff. So I'm going to stick with that. I think recently saw them get a shot at the tag team titles against the Young Bucks. Came very close, but came up short. And with this whole thing with the Inner Circle going down, I'm going with Proud and Powerful to take the win. And this is going to eventually lead to them leaving the Inner Circle as well too. But I think they're going to lose a few allies, but I think they're eventually going to gain an ally in one Thea Trinidad.
Yes.
I think that's just that she is tailor made to be with those two guys. But in terms of a surprise team, I mean, we literally saw just about everybody that's not currently involved in an actual match get into that little fracas at the end of at the end of Dynamite and stuff. But
yeah, just throw something out there.
If we're just gonna throw a tag team out there, oh God, I don't really know if I could. If I'm just gonna, you know what. This is gonna just be a really out there tag. You know what? Come back to me on my tag team surprise because I can't. I gotta think of somebody.
All right, so we are live. So Jovanni, give me something here since Dennis isn't giving me anything.
All right, so here we go.
Tag team. Not getting anything.
The tag team that's going to win the Battle Royale has to be Proud and Powerful. This is setting up for them to be the winners. As far as my surprise entrant, and I've thought about this a little bit, what would make sense? Mm-hmm. I know we like a lot of these weird things. Part of me wants to say it can be debuting Jacob Fatu with somebody else.
Ooh.
Part of me wants to say whoever those guys that were in MLW with MJF when he was part of the Dynasty, those two guys.
Richard Holiday and Hammerstone?
Yeah.
Oh, I would love that.
That'd be good.
I'm going to take those two. I'm going to take the two guys from Dynasty.
All right, so you're going with Holiday and Hammerstone. Spencer, I'm still thinking, so what do you got?
All right. I'm not giving it a surprise because I don't really care. I'm joking. I will go with
the Dudley Boys.
No, Devon's not leaving WWE anytime soon.
That's right.
Well, let's keep the Impact relationship going. Finn Juice makes an appearance.
That's a good one.
And yeah, hey, they've been building that Impact and AEW relationship, and they do have Retaliation coming up. I think that's what Retaliation, right? Or Rebellion. I can't remember.
Rebellion.
Rebellion.
Yeah, we said it wrong anyway. Rebellion coming up. So, you got to keep that AEW versus Impact thing going. So maybe bring an Impact team over. Obvious team would probably be the Good Brothers, but maybe they'll get involved later. And I think we broke away from the first match, or at least the one on the opening card. I think we're staying the same here. I got to go Proud and Powerful too, Santana Ortiz. I've spoken on multiple occasions. Those two, they need the belts right now. Like Young Bucks, they don't need them. MJF and Jericho, even though they might win at Revolution, they don't need them. This team needs those tag team titles. They need to break away from the Inner Circle. They need to be their own team. And Thea Trinidad needs to come in and manage those boys to a championship win. Proud and Powerful, Santana and Ortiz win the Casino Tag Team Royale.
There you go.
So,
the only because you brought up MLW and just and I started thinking about possibly Davey Boy Smith Jr. And if Lance Archer was not in the face of the Revolution ladder match, I would have gone with Killer Elite Squad. But you know what? I'm just going to throw a team out there that comes from New Japan Wrestling. In fact, this is going to be my surprise pick right here. Do I think it's actually going to happen? No, but if we're just throwing teams out there, I'm going to go with the current reigning defending IWGP Tag Team champions, the Gorilla.
The Gorillas of Destiny is what Dennis was trying to say before he froze.
GOD is what he was trying to get out.
Gorillas of Destiny, damn internet.
Internet.
Yeah, you got to get a reliable internet when you go live here in Pro Wrestling Junkies. All right, on to the next match. And it is the match Dennis was actually just talking about involving one Lance Archer. And that is the face of the Revolution ladder match. Right now we have Penta El Zero M, Lance Archer, Cody Rhodes, Max Caster, who beat 10. I'm still not over that. Scorpio Sky, and a sixth mystery contestant that has not been named and probably will be named right as the ladder match is about to begin. So we'll start with you, Jovanni to Hotty. Again, I want a winner, and I want you to pick the sixth participant in this match.
The winner right now makes sense for everyone to reach for the Sky. Scorpio Sky's time is here. We need to put the belt on Sky. Sky high. Let's go all the way in. Your mystery opponent recently just suffered a death. He got killed in Impact Wrestling. Your mystery opponent will be one all-ego Ethan Page. Or Julian. Whatever he goes by now.
Probably still go by Ethan Page. But Dennis, who you got?
Damn it! If only I had gone first because Jovanni stole both of my predictions.
Go ahead.
I'm not gonna be original here. I'm gonna double down on Jovanni in both counts. I love Scorpio Sky on commentary. He definitely had some subtle heelish tones to what he was saying. So, I mean, maybe we're getting a new Scorpio Sky, a little bit of, a dude with an attitude, not to be confused with Shane Douglas and Johnny Ace.
God.
But no, I'm going to go with Scorpio Sky as well, simply because, it's his time. And yes, I think the mystery opponent is going to be one Ethan Page. Now, real quick, did Paul White say that the mystery person was going to be this Hall of Famer guy that should be in the Hall of Fame? He just said that this mystery person was going to be at the show in some capacity.
I heard it's going to be a would-be Hall of Famer, as in they're not in the Hall of Fame yet, but they should be.
Yeah,
but is this person going to be the mystery person in the ladder match? Is what I'm asking. Or is this?
No, I think he just said they were going to announce who the signing was. They didn't say that the signing was going to be in the match.
Okay, then yeah, I'm sticking with Ethan Page as my mystery guy.
All right. Know what? Hold on, man. Aaron, Annie, Tazzy, Mr. Crypto. It's not a giant ass Capri Sun. A friend of mine does these blended juices and shit. It's juicing with Indy if you're in Dallas, but it's real good, man. It's like antioxidants. This is pineapple, coconut water, shit like that. It's good, man. It's good for you. Keeps me looking hotty.
You're probably going to need that now with Texas opening up.
Oh, yeah, we're stupid.
But we'll get off that. We're just going to stick to the wrestling here. We got a few predictions. Everybody's saying Ethan Page. Everybody's sources are saying Ethan Page. Johnny Poda saying Cardona.
Let me do this one. Johnny Poda, again, you're being mentioned on here, so don't say we don't forget about you. He's going with Matt Cardona.
Yeah, that's not happening. He's done with AEW. That relationship is severed. Cody Price
not severed. He's just in Impact.
Yeah, he's just testing the waters. I'm just giving him crap. So with my mystery, I think we all agree it's going to be Ethan Page. It's very well noted. It's probably going to be Ethan Page. I would rather be anybody but Ethan Page just to be swerved, but Ethan Page in AEW would be great, especially with what he did in Impact before he left. Hawkins definitely not at Johnny Poda. Now, in this match, you could have Ethan Page go in and win the match, but that AEW has done that before. When Brian Cage came as a debut last year at Double or Nothing, he won that ladder match to face Jon Moxley. I don't think you do that again. I think you go with somebody in the ring. Now, does Cody need it? Absolutely not. Does Penta L0M need it? No. So you can take him out. Lance Archer, he is a good contender to do it, but I don't think they're going to do anything with him yet. So take him out. So that leaves two competitors, Scorpio Sky and Max Caster. Now, I like Max Caster. I think he will be a champion one day. He is great on the mic. He cuts great promos with Anthony Bowens. But I'm not going Max Caster. I'm going with Scorpio Sky. Even though I would love to go with Max Caster, I got to go Scorpio Sky as well. Again, you noticed, I think Dennis said it, he had some heelish tendencies on commentary. And I'm just like, oh, okay. I like where we're going with that because I think a heel Scorpio Sky would be the perfect one to dethrone Darby Allin for your TNT champion.
Yeah. Real quick before we move on, Johnny Poda threw out a one that'd be way out of left field. Again, Johnny Poda's getting a lot of love tonight, so don't ever say we don't show the love. He threw out Chris Hero as a possible mystery.
I would love that. I'm a big time Hero fan.
Yeah.
He's got a very cult following, but I don't know if I want to see Chris Hero in this match.
Hey, do you know who I want to see? Cassius Ohno. Make that happen.
Oh no!
For those that don't get it, he's the same exact person. That was just his NXT persona. He was wasted there. All right, moving on.
And you say my jokes suck.
They do, DDJ. But this joke doesn't suck, even though it's not a joke. It is another match, and it is the big money match. And Dennis totally failed on his joke on the Junkyard earlier this week. It is Big Money Matt versus Hangman Adam Page, and whoever wins gets like some percentage of earnings, stuff outside 25%. All this. Yeah, thanks, numbers guy. Okay, so in this match, whoever wins, like Den says, gets 25% of the first quarter earnings, and they have all the toys and action figures coming out, the micro brawlers and everything. So in kayfabe, this is really big. So tonight ended on Dynamite. You had, the tag team match with Big Money Matt, Mark Quinn versus Johnny Hungy, and Hangman Adam Page. Hangman and who went over again? Was it Matt Hardy, right? No, Hangman. Hangman
and Johnny Hungy won.
Yeah, I was trying to get ready, so I missed that part a little bit. So yeah, Hangman won. But guys, do we think that's going to be the same case this week, or is Big Money Matt going to get one over on everybody and beat Hangman? Dennis, we'll start with you on this one.
So to me here, I think I've been really digging the Big Money Matt character. He has really grown on me, and I've really enjoyed him in AEW. But man, how awesome would it be to see Big Money Matt lose this match and lose 25% of his earnings? Then he wouldn't be able to call himself Big Money Matt anymore. I mean, maybe they could do, I don't know if Jovanni might remember this and stuff, but remember way back when DDP had all that money in the mid 90s and he blew it and ended up living on the streets and was homeless basically.
It's a Cameron Grimes story coming up.
Yeah, it's Cameron Grimes in reverse. He's going to go from having all this money to having nothing. I think that just seeing Matt Hardy, Big Money Matt with no money or less money, I think that's just comedic genius. So for that alone, I'm going with Hangman Page to get the win.
Hey, and Dennis, you know where Matt Hardy's not going to go when he loses all his money? He's not going to the moon.
To the moon.
You're welcome. All right. So
thank you.
Your official pick is Hangman?
Yes, sir.
All right. Jovanni to Hotty.
Guys, I can't step away from my initial gut feeling. My gut feeling is it is Big Money Matt's night. I'm talking about the one and only Carney Hardy himself. He has to get this win. To me, it will further along that storyline with Hangman Adam Page kind of losing, maybe falling into the Dark Order's embraces after losing all of his money because they still have that Chili's money. So I don't know. I feel like it's going to be a big time move for Money Matt to win this one. I think it's going to be good to kind of see Matt Hardy get this win and start to really build this heelish big money time. Everybody's got a price angle. So I'm going Hardy.
Okay. And apparently I've been told wrong. So it's 25% of the year. So they get the entire first quarter, not 25% of the first quarter. Sorry, I got my words mixed up. It's late. So that's what they're playing for, kayfabe stuff. Okay. So we've had one Hangman. We've had one Matt Hardy. Oh, I've been struggling with this one because I absolutely love everything they're doing with Hangman and the Dark Order. As you guys know, I've had a love-hate relationship. I've had the, he loves me not kind of thing, the funny joke on the Junkyard. But Big Money Matt right now is, firing at all cylinders. He has Private Party. He has TH2. I probably have another heavy or something. Like, he is like having his own stable, sort of. Yeah, it's going to kill me, but I'm going Big Money Matt.
There you go.
Oh, that one hurt. Even though I want Hangman to win, I do like your scenario where it kind of pulls him closer to the Dark Order. And anything that pulls Hangman closer to the Dark Order, I'm all for. But I do see Big Money Matt getting the win here. And, and he definitely goes crazy with that, that 25%. They run with that the entire rest of the first quarter, 100%, until like double or nothing.
That's the only reason I think he wins is they put a specific dollar amount on it. I think Matt can be unsufferable with the look how much more money I have.
Yeah. And especially because he had his figure coming out in wave 4, which is, I think, shipping now. That would have cost him a lot of money, and he's just going to rub that in Hangman and everybody else's face. So 2 for Matt Hardy, 1 for Hangman. But Dennis, I'm kind of pulling for Hangman, but we'll see.
Real quick, since you brought up the AEW figures, I'm going to give a shout-out to fellow Pro Wrestling Junkie member Joe Schinkel for hooking me up with the entire Series 2 of the AEW line. I got them today. They look great. Joe, your autographed Funko Pop should be arriving hopefully within the next day or two.
I'm not going to throw out my source who finds me my AEW figures because then everybody will try to beat them down. But my source that's out there, you are appreciated.
All right. Well, hey, let's get some more plugs in here before we move on. Again, guys, go to prowrestlingtees.com/prowrestlingjunkies. Buy yourself some Pro Wrestling Junkies merch. Wow, just yell at me. Why don't you? Go to prowrestlingtees.com/prowrestlingjunkies. Use code MADNESS. Get you some Pro Wrestling Junkies merch. You have our Such Good Shoot shirt. What do you say with DDJ? The original Pro Wrestling Junkies logo, a virtual markout shirt, and be a babyface, not a heel. And coming soon, whenever it eventually gets done, even though it's going to be amazing, the official Junkyard shirt.
Jump the shark.
Jump the shark. I mean, we're probably jumping the shark every time we do this. The Junkyard shirt. So make sure you guys pick one of those up. And again, don't forget, on Monday, March 7th at 7 p.m. Eastern, virtual markout with AEW star Sonny Kiss. So don't miss that. And again, that is after Revolution, so the day after. So stay tuned. All right. Couple more, actually 4 more matches left, and we're going to get into the big ones now.
Let's go.
One that everybody is highly anticipated match. The street fight, Brian Cage and Ricky Starks with Taz versus Sting and TNT champion Darby Allin. All right, now this one, ever since Sting made his arrival at Winter is Coming, everybody has been wondering, when's Sting going to wrestle? Then we finally found out it was Revolution, the street fight with Darby Allin and Team Taz. But does Sting get his moment again and get a win, or does Team Taz spoil Sting's AEW debut? Dennis, we'll start with you.
Man, I think we were all kind of about a couple weeks ago, kind of like just really not into this match, but the last couple weeks have done, an amazing job basically turning us all around on our feelings on this match, and all the hype that went into, Sting's debut, and, everything that's gone into it, and this, union that's formed between Sting and Darby Allin. I want to go with Team Taz just for the sake of, the swerve, because I can see him doing it, but I can't see them as much as they put into this match, as high as they're on Darby, as big as a signing as Sting was. I can't go against that, so I'm going to go with Sting and Darby Allin for the win.
All right. Jovanni.
You give a lot, and I mean a lot of good reason why Sting and Darby Allin should win. But something's pulling at me, man, and it's just hitting me that this has to be Ricky Starks and Brian Cage's night. For the fact that you can't bury two of your future workhorses, the future of your franchise, you can't have them go down to Sting. And they've already shown that they could take out Darby. So as much as I want to say Sting and Darby, I'm going to trust my gut, and my gut is screaming FTW, Team Taz. They've got the numbers game. They've got Hook. They've got Powerhouse Hobbs. But
yeah, right there.
Yeah, I just can't say that name without chucking a little bit.
Powerhouse Hobbs.
Yeah, that one. But I'm taking Team Taz, man. It's something that my gut feeling. If gun to my head, I'm taking Team Taz. And also, real quick, gentlemen, while we started and while we were recording, sad news in the wrestling world has broken. We would like to announce here on the Junkyard, our hopes and prayers go out to the family of Jim Crockett Jr., who has passed this evening. So, big one for the territorial guys, Mid-Atlantic, NWA, Jim Crockett Jr. May you rest in peace, and may your family find some comfort.
Yeah, it's a huge loss in the world of pro wrestling. I mean, if you were a fan of wrestling in the 80s, you knew who Jim Crockett Jr. was, and yeah, it's a sad day in the world of wrestling. On a brighter note, what's up, Bo?
Bo the Boxer Ortiz.
Yeah, what's up, Bo? So again, thoughts, prayers, hopes, everything go out to the family of Jim Crockett Jr. It's very sad news that we even had to report this to, our predictions. But if it happens, we got to do it live. That's what we got to do. So thank you, Jovanni, for reading that off. But be looking probably from the group. We'll probably be doing a very nice tribute and post. So be on the lookout for that for sure. Yes. Probably a post where you can share your favorite Jim Crockett memories. But moving back on to a happier note, we are talking old territories here. Breaking away from Revolution, coming back into AEW, just kind of mixing it up again. Tully Blanchard was in a match in, I think, 34, 32 years, whatever it was, his first match in that long, teaming up with FTR versus Jurassic Express. Tully, he's a little rusty, but he looked okay for his age. What did you guys think of that match, real quick? And especially with Sean Spears coming back with his new blonde hair and the Four Horsemen tease.
To me, I thought for a guy who hadn't been in the ring that long and at his age, I thought Tully looked great. I think he was way better than what I expected him to be. He did way more than what I thought. It was awesome to see him get the pinfall in this match. Although I was really expecting them to have him get the pin on Marco versus Luchasaurus. But I mean, you know what though? I shout out to Tully, who proved he can still go in the ring. And man, how about seeing J.J. Dillon back? That to me was the best part of that match. I thought seeing J.J. in that role, he still has it, man. So I enjoyed that match.
Yeah, man, and it's just funny in the night where a lot of the Four Horsemen speculation started rolling around again. J.J. Dillon was there. Come on, man. You're telling me AEW doesn't know how to do stories? That's some of the best storytelling I've seen. But Tully, hats off, brother. You looked good. But kind of leads me to believe that a while back ago when I said you weren't the one in the ring helping FTR that one time, I might have been right. But I'm going to leave that alone until we get a little bit more Four Horsemen talk. But Tully held his own, and if he would have gone over that top rope, I legitimately may have broken my TV.
Yeah.
But I can't fault him. He did what he did. He went out there with the 10 pounds of silver. He went out there looking sharp. You know what, Tully? Good for you. You had your night.
Yeah.
You know what? And then also too, he had the NWA tag team titles that he and Arn won when Wyndham turned on Luger to join the Horsemen. I believe that was at the second class of the champions. They had those belts on. And then speaking of Arn Anderson, that's what happened after that match where he's kind of standing on the rampway. He's kind of looking what's going on. And he threw up the symbol.
Mm-hmm.
Makes you go,
Makes you go, who's the fourth member of that Horseman group? So you have FTR as your tag team. You have more than likely Shawn Spears, especially with him helping FTR and Tully tonight. So that solidifies your three right there. And they're probably just going to be called the Revelation with everything they've been calling. But then you have to pick your fourth member. We've speculated on this before. Hangman, Cody, whoever. Jovanni's said Hangman. I think, Dennis, you might have said Hangman too. I can't remember. But I've said Cody. And I'm doubling down on that after tonight.
I don't remember what I said back then, but it was either one of those two. But after what I saw, it would not surprise me one bit to see Cody. I think Cody is tailor-made for that role.
His poor daddy will be rolling in his grave that Rhodes is part of the Four Horsemen, but I think it is going to end up being Cody. It's aligning right now. The stars are lining up. Back in the time when we first discussed this, Hangman was fresh off of his losses to Kenny. He kind of needed that new family, which they took the Dark Order and they kind of did the will he, won't he thing for a while, and now he's got his thing with Matt. So I don't think it's Hangman, but I think it's going to be Cody.
And who called that?
Some guy who doesn't used to turn his lights on.
Wow. Low blow.
To get a haircut.
Ooh.
Also, I don't think I even gave my match for the Sting match. It's going to be Sting that wins, Sting and Darby Allin. Okay, moving on.
So you're saying, it's Sting.
Yes, it's Sting. All right, let's get back into this. Next up, we're going to get into our title matches, and we're going to start with the AEW World Tag Team Championship match. The Young Bucks, the AEW World Tag Team Champions, versus the team of Chris Jericho and MJF with Wardlow more than likely at their side. Now, this feud right now, like after, the tag team battle royal that they wanted to face the Young Bucks, it was like, okay, why did they win? Then they went after Papa Buck and they made this personal. Then after tonight, I am so freaking excited for this match. The press conference was great, but then the Young Bucks came out and probably delivered one of their best promos I think I've ever seen them do. They had passion. They had fire. That's what I want to see in my tag team champions, especially after a family member is attacked. Guys, the Young Bucks are not winning, even though that was an amazing promo. Chris Jericho and MJF are going to be your new tag team champions. So, Dennis, I'll let you go on and tell me who you think is going to win this one.
Yeah, well, I kind of alluded to it when we were discussing the casino tag team battle royale. I'm going to go with Chris Jericho and MJF as well too, because one of the things they keep alluding to, Chris Jericho has not won the tag team titles in AEW. When they usually are always alluding to like so and so hasn't done this, it usually winds up happening, and I don't see any reason think any differently. And again, I think this just is setting up because we're going to see the further implosion of the inner circle, and that. So yeah, I'm going to go with Jericho and MJF. And you want to know why?
Why?
Because MJF is better than us, and we know it.
Yeah, this one's very hard to pick, guys. I don't know which way I want to go, the Young Bucks or MJF and Jericho. I'm going MJF and Jericho, and I'm going to say it now like DDJ said. It's not because they're better than us and you know it. They're sexier than us and you know it.
So,
wow.
So is that like the new sex gods?
Oh, yeah, because you know that guy who they don't talk about? They had to kind of put in a new one. So they're sexier than you and you know it.
They're sexy and they know it.
No, absolutely not. We are moving.
Real quick, yes, I know that's my thing. I've said I don't know how many times.
Take a shot.
Eric Bischoff, man, he did it again.
I'm back and better than ever.
No, it was EB.
EB.
Or Eric B.
He was just still. And
was he there with Raheem?
That, and man, as soon as I saw Conrad Thompson, I'm like, oh my God, I cannot wait to see MJF. And we got the turkey tits.
Oh my God.
Turkey tits. I cannot wait to use that. I cannot wait to use that against somebody I really don't like. Shut up, you turkey tits.
We'll probably be saying that to Dennis, probably. All right, moving on. Oh, shots fired. All right. Aaron thinks the Young Bucks are going to take the L.
Join the Dark Order. Ooh, pick me.
I'm in the Dark Order. I don't give a shit. All right, moving on.
And this 4 days after everyone to get the email.
No, I actually got the email. It was just in my spam folder and everything, but it's fine. All right, moving on. We have the women's AEW Championship match. So it is going to be the AEW Women's Champion Hikaru Shida. God, I'm going to try not to butcher this. I'm terrible with Japanese names. All right, so it's Ryu Mizunami.
There you go.
Yay! I got it.
Actually, it's Rio, not Ryu.
I was going to let him have it. It was close.
I'm not.
Okay, let's be honest. It's Hikaru Ushida versus female Okada. Can we just go ahead and agree with that?
Girl Okada.
Yes. She's going to make it rain on Sunday. But is she going to come back with an AEW Women's Championship? Jovan, what you think?
Yes and yes. The whole reason to add the Japan side of the bracket was to give them exposure. I know all of us who were watching on YouTube loved a lot of these competitors. The 6 women tag match, the 3v3, was amazing. We want all of them signed. We want them here. Now, Rio is amazing. She's gotten this great ability to work with the big ladies, the stronger ladies. She took out Aja Kong. She took out Nyla Rose. Everything she does looks strong and feels heavy. And if you watch Japanese wrestling, you kind of get that strong style. That's what she kind of embodies, is everything she does looks like it hurts. I'm all down with her going against Shida. I do think that Shida needs to drop the belt soon because she's getting close to John Cena territory where she's unbreakable, she's unbeatable. There had been some other options that we probably should have taken the belt out Shida off at one point, and then they didn't. So I think this is the best way to set up a brand new competitor, somebody with some legitimacy. She has to take it.
Okay. Dennis.
My whole thing was whoever was going to win this tournament, if it came from the American side, was gonna finally end the reign of Shida, and I would have stuck to it. Said if Nyla Rose had won. I was really impressed with Rio Mizunami through this tournament, and I definitely want to see more of her. But I can't see her winning this yet, just because I don't think she's well enough ingrained in the U.S. audience to, for people to kind of get excited about it, get behind this title change and stuff. So for that, I mean, definitely down the line, do I see her? So if she's in the company more, if she sticks around for a little while, I could see her, winning the championship. But I just don't think it's going to happen right now. I'm going to pick Shida retain and continue her reign of dominance over the AEW women's division.
All right.
So Ushida is going to retain and continue her dominance. That is my official pick. Ushida is retaining. I have to stick with Ushida. I saw this tournament. I'm just like, okay, when got to the finals, and then it was gonna be Nyla. It was gonna be Nyla and Ushida. I'm just like, oh, please, just let Ushida retain. Nyla has gotten better. Don't get me wrong. She's definitely, and she's killing it on BTE and her little skits with Vicky Guerrero. And then Ryu looked good tonight too, and definitely want to see more of her for sure. But Ushida is going to win a very hard fought match on Sunday. But come Double or Nothing, she will not be the champion anymore. She will lose to the eventual champion, who we have called on multiple occasions. She will lose to the Good Doctor. That is Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, will finally win the AEW Women's Championship come Double or Nothing. I'm calling my shot way far in advance, but I'm calling it now.
All right.
So.
And then, hey, Jovanni, real quick, just going to give you a heads up. Then we're going to have to put up with I told you first. I told you first.
It must be all of his inside sources.
Hey, you heard it here first on the Junkyard.
You're not Tama.
Yeah, he probably would kill me on that one. All right, moving. Hey,
what's
shout
this
out
fake ass, whack ass, wannabe Tama Tonga talking about over here?
No, you know what this fake ass Tama Tonga is talking about? He's talking about the main event of AEW Revolution, and the one that everybody is either super hyped for or super scared for, and it is the exploding barbed wire death match for the AEW World Championship. It is Jon Moxley, the challenger, versus AEW World Champion Kenny Omega. Shout out Tama Tonga. All right, so this match, we found out actually a little bit more about it on Dynamite, and I can't remember who was that guy that was on Dynamite. If you can tell me why I'm thinking about it, but they showed. Oh yeah, Onita. Thank you. So, and I think he said, I'm sorry, I couldn't remember his name. I told you I'm terrible with Japanese names. So I think he said he was like, or they said he was like the originator of this. So like, it's a match, and then if you go near the wire or the barbed wire, like explosions go off. But then he also mentioned something interesting, and maybe they possibly talk about that on the Countdown to Revolution special, which you can catch after you watch this. Well, I mean, it's already over, so it's fine. But go on TNT, watch that. Our fellow junkie Dylan Freimeyer produced that and edited that, so please go check that out. It's probably amazing. But they probably expanded more upon that. And they talked about like, oh yeah, there's maybe special rules or certain rules that they put into this match. So we'll have to see how they differ, from, original ones. And we've had members of our group, share some exploding barbed wire deathmatch kind of things to get people more educated and stuff. Cause this is, more in the Japanese side. I think it was like FNW or something. Yep. So it'll be interesting to see how AEW pulls this off. And from what we've seen in AEW in the past, they are not afraid of violence. You can see the match between Jon Moxley and Kenny Omega back from Full Gear, that lights out match when they did all the barbed wire stuff. They went to the barbed wire, spider web, like glass, tacks, everything. They aren't afraid. So I can only imagine what they're going to do on Sunday night. So, Jovan, I give you the floor. Who wins this match?
Your winner, and still AEW champion, Lenny Omega. Guys, if you don't think that this is being made for any reason other than sending Moxley home so he can have this baby, you are lost.
Wait, Moxley's having the baby? I thought his wife was.
Okay, his wife is having the baby, but he's gonna want to be there. I mean, he's not gonna.
He's having the baby like he's pregnant. This isn't Arnold Schwarzenegger and Jr.
Junior. Okay, excuse me. Let me retract. Since Jon Moxley's wife is about to pop, he's probably gonna need some time off. This is the perfect way you kill off a character like Jon Moxley and still keep him as a badass. And it doesn't help that he's still the IWGP US champion, but I'm thinking they take that belt off of him sometime soon as well. Same reason stating. He's probably going to want to take at least a month off when his baby gets here, but the IWGP issue might be okay because he doesn't really defend that weekly anyway. But the AEW title is not changing hands. I don't care what happens. You could bet the house on Kenny Omega. Their mid storyline with this belt collector thing, I think it's going to start getting interesting where he's starting to go after other people's belts. And he needs to win. He needs to be a dominant champ where he's at first. Then he gets credibility going into these other places. So for all those reasons, this is my masterclass. Kenny Omega, bet the house.
Dennis.
A lot of things. There are very few things in life that are certain. You know, there's death. There's taxes, and there's
my hole.
Then there's also Kenny Omega retaining this title. I don't see any reason why Moxley will get the title back. And for the reasons basically Jovanni said, I think this match is being done as a way to get him off TV for a little while so he can go spend some time with his lovely wife Renee and their beautiful baby that, you know, hopefully will be born into this world and be happy and healthy and that. So,
not looking like Moxley. Hopefully not looking like Moxley.
Yeah, look more like Renee.
Yeah.
But you know what, though? Again, congratulations to those two. You know, having a baby, what a wonderful way to say I love you. You know, I mean, it's one of the greatest things in the world is to be there when your child is born, and I'm so happy that John's going to be able to do that. But yeah, and so I'm going to go with Kenny Omega, and just real quick here, Joe Kuhn, what up, Joe? He's got a little bit of a bombshell he just dropped. He goes over. He says Omega goes over with the help of the Good Brothers. Mox is written off. But we have the arrival of a certain Rainmaker to possibly be the next challenger to Kenny Omega. Guys, if that happens, the internet will literally be shattered into a million pieces.
I remember an early episode of the Junkyard where I've gone on the record to state if certain members of the Bullet Club ever got back together, that I would get a tattoo of the Bullet Club.
Mm-hmm.
Is that on your ass cheek, right?
I don't think we ever specified a location, but what Mama don't know, don't hurt her.
No, you got to put it on the neck like Cody.
No, I'm not doing Cody neck. If Kazuchika Okada shows up Sunday on AEW, I'd get Rainmaker tattooed on my arm.
You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen.
Joe, I hope your sources are right. They're better than my sources, maybe even better than, Ray's sources. But I want that to happen. And if that does happen, we will videotape that, maybe do it even live and show you guys, because show you that Jovanni Tuhani followed through with his word.
That's right.
All right. So I think it's almost a dead certainty. As Dennis was saying, there are three things that are certain: death, taxes, and Hogan must pose. But in this case, it's there you go. See, that's for all you WWF, WWE fans back in the days, because Hogan always had to go over, and at the end, Hogan had to pose. But in this case, Hogan will be Kenny Omega, but it's not going to be until after a bloody, a crazy, a violent, an explosive barbed wire death match where these two are going to beat the ever-loving shit out of each other, and it is going to be glorious. Kenny Omega goes over and is your AEW World Champion.
And guys, if you're looking for a place to watch Revolution and you don't want to, fork out the money, I think they just made an announcement that there's I don't know if it was Cinemark or there's a chain of theaters that just got announced that they're actually going to be showing the pay-per-view live. So if you're looking for a place to go, watch AEW Revolution, go online, check and see if your local Cinemark theater is going to be showing it. You know, I think it's like $20 plus they're supposed to have some really good deals on like, you know, concessions and stuff. So just throwing it out there, man. Just if you don't want to watch from the comfort of your own home, which I will be doing as soon as I get home from work, you know, go watch it at on a giant movie theater screen.
You'll be able to catch the show on a giant screen.
Yes, and you can have our old-time favorite, some poppin' corn with it, for sure.
Oh, man, you love me some good popcorn.
That was some good poppin' corn. That is a PWJ staple. So every time you watch wrestling, you got to order some popcorn. But guys, any final thoughts about AEW Revolution before we go home for the night?
Man, I'm hyped for this show. I just the last like 2-3 weeks have just taken just my excitement level for this show from like here all the way up to here. In fact, my excitement level has gone straight to the moon.
To the moon.
To the moon.
I had to get one more in there.
That's what you always do. Anyways. But you know what? I've known some people who were saying they weren't very high on this pay-per-view a couple weeks back. They kind of wondered if it was worth getting or not. And the AEW fanboy inside of me came out with the AEW flag, and we started waving it around saying, are you crazy? This is going to be a big deal. Just let them build it. Let them build it. This is the official go away show. This is the go home show, guys. This is the go big show. That's what they did tonight. They put all the cards on the table. They showed their hand. And if this didn't have you saying, damn it, I need to watch Revolution, then there might be something wrong with you, because this literally is pro wrestling. It was a great night of wrestling, great way to send you into a pay-per-view. If you're not buying this already, if you weren't sold already, I don't know what's wrong with you, man. If maybe you don't like AEW, that's cool. But I know people who barely just watched tonight and they want to watch the pay-per-view. So,
in fact, I had one of my cousins message me asking me if the Shaq match had happened yet, and I said it was going on right now. And I guess he told me his dad had was watching it, and he doesn't really watch much wrestling. But I mean, I was blown away. It's like that just goes to show you right there.
DJ, did your cousin's dad like the Shaq? DDJ?
I'll have to find out and ask Shaq.
Let me know, because I worked really hard. DDJ, I took bumps. I went through tables.
And real quick, Shaq,
DDJ,
you did great, but man, though, where did you go after you got out of the ambulance?
I can't tell you. I'm not done yet. I'm Shaq. I'm gonna beat Cupcake Cody, DDJ.
Well, I mean, Cody is a cupcake for sure. That's why he needs to join the Four Horsemen, and that will happen. And I will totally gloat all over this program for sure. But
we might end up quitting that night.
Keep your pants on, Spencer. That's all we ask.
I will do that. I will gloat about the Dark Order. I will do all that. I'll make it just 30 minutes, and then I'll just let you go away and do that. But my final thoughts on Revolution. Now, this was a pay-per-view that was supposed to be on Saturday, but due to unfortunate circumstances, we had boxing, we had UFC. Dennis, you're not a champion. Put that down.
You know what? I'm the champion of the world in my son's eyes, so.
Oh, so touching. It hurts right in the heart. Okay, but okay, let me get my thought out. I'm tired, guys. All right.
Get your thought out.
Yeah, get your thought out.
Okay. So we would like to wish DDJ the best in his future endeavors. All right, but seriously. So this pay-per-view was I'm gonna just look down. So this pay-per-view was supposed to be on a Saturday, but then got moved back to the boxing, UFC, all that kind of stuff. Then it got moved to a Sunday, and I was very vocal about my thoughts on that. I was saying this is the dumbest idea ever. WWE has done Sunday pay-per-views, they do okay, and the buys and everything, and whatever. Now, still, up until about a couple weeks ago, I was still very sour. And also that meant because I was planning on going to this show when they moved to Sunday, that was dead in the water. And then we knew some people, one especially right here, that tried to get some tickets, couldn't do it. But the last 2 weeks, especially this go home show, confirmed to me that I will do whatever it takes to stay up late because I have to go in early for work. I will take a 6-7 hour nap before, make sure I can stay up, go live with you guys, do whatever I need to make sure I watch the show live with my guys, with all the junkies and everything. This is going to be a can't miss show, and don't be shocked. I'm calling it right now. Do not be shocked when we do our junkies at the end of the year. If this ends up as a pay-per-view of the year, show of the year, and you see any of these matches, get match of the year. I'm calling it right now because Revolution did it last year, and this is, I don't know which one is supposed to be like the WrestleMania. I think they said this one was All Out. It doesn't matter. A match from here will come off this show, and we will be talking about it at the end of the year and maybe even the pay-per-view as a whole. I'm very hyped for this show.
Speaking of the junkies, the guy, whoever put together the Golden Globes, they need to watch our year-end junkies special to really show how you put on an awards show.
We even got fancy for everybody.
Yes, we did.
Yeah, we did. We did nice little transitions and everything. I just hit the mic. That's not how you do it there. Okay, so guys, thank you for joining us for this extended breakdown. We talked a little bit of AEW tonight. We talked a lot of Revolution. If you are not hyped for this show, again, go check out that countdown to AEW Revolution. That'll break down, the big matches for you. Come back and listen or watch this again. We're going to have like a bunch of AEW content in the group that'll get you hyped up. Just go watch this show, and seriously, go to Cinemark. Pay the $50 in the US, and for all our international fans, it's like $20. Or if you're smart and use like a VPN, you can use $20. Wink, wink. Save you some money there.
Let's not promote that.
Yeah, we're not advocating piracy here.
No, not at all. But
his name is Spencer Cantor. CAN.
Such and such thing in flowery or blah blah blah.
Oh wow. But there are ways. Guys, thank you again for joining us. We're going to take it home tonight, and we will see you for the Sunday after show where we talk all things Revolution. So make sure you guys, one more time, join us on March 7th, 7 p.m. for Sunny Kiss, and go buy t-shirt Pro Wrestling, tees.com/Pro Wrestling Junkie. So until then, we will see you later. Goodbye. Good night. Junkies out. Ba-boom. Bang.